Live from the Plymouth Canton Educational Park.
You're listening to Newsfile at 5:30 on 88.1 The Park.
I'm Sydney, and in tonight's news, the art of humankind comes to Canton, and new wellness program at Schoolcraft College.
Now, for the latest news that matters in your community.
You can take a journey through the work of Michigan artist Ken Clayes this November when the Village Theater of Cherry Hill presents his work in a new exhibit titled Talking with Strangers. Clayes work with both latex and acrylic to capture human emotion and everyday struggles in a modern 1960s style. Though he has had his work shown in multiple exhibits before, this is Clayes' first solo show. Canton Village Theater Gallery curator Ellie Fazus says that Ken Clayes' work captures the art of human spirit.
The way he paints the figures, I think, it's very calm. It makes you think, and you can feel the dynamic in his work. So it's all about the human spirit, and you can see that in his paintings.
The exhibition will be on display until November 28th. For more information, visit cantonvillagetheater.org.
Schoolcraft College is doing its part to help students deal with mental health and well-being thanks to the college's new SCB Well program. Supported by a grant from the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation and the Ballmer Group, SCB Well provides a range of resources for students to get support, including a 24/7 mental health hotline, counseling services, self-guided programs, and an online wellness hub with articles and videos on wellness topics such as fitness and nutrition, academics, mental emotional help, and more. Schoolcraft College Chief Student Services Officer Dr. Lori Katua-Snyder says SCB Well can help students identify the reasons behind mental health issues.
I am so excited that we're actually doing something to improve the person in order to improve the student.
The SCB Well program is open to all current Schoolcraft College students taking credit classes. More information is at scbwell.com.
Budget battles in Congress top our look at world and national news tonight. Lawmakers are scrambling to avoid a plausible government shutdown ahead of Friday's looming deadline. But House Speaker Mike Johnson's stopgap funding proposal is dividing Republicans due to its lack of spending cuts. Democrats, meanwhile, have come out against the plan because it doesn't include funding for Israel or Ukraine. The Biden administration is emphasizing Israel must not reoccupy Gaza when the conflict between Israel and Hamas comes to an end. State Department spokesman Matthew Miller told reporters today that there should be no reoccupation or reduction in Gaza territory. This comes after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel will retain overall security control in Gaza. The Supreme Court is adopting a formal code of ethics. The justices said it's an effort to strengthen the public's confidence in the court. Democrats have been pushing for ethics reform following reports of justices taking high-priced trips and other benefits from wealthy donors. The parents of the Oxford High School shooter are asking to have separate criminal trials. The lawyers of the Crumbleys filed motions on Monday saying the couple should be tried separately based on new evidence that has been found during the police interviews with additional witnesses on October 31st. There is no information on who the interviews were with or what was discovered. The parents are each charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter in connection to the shooting in 2021. For Newsfile at 5:30, I'm Sydney. Your look at campus news is next.
Dive into the worlds of Hollywood and Broadway this fall at the box office, where we bring Once Upon a Time and Happily Ever After straight to your radio. I'm Nadia, and every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. I'll bring you the songs from movies and musicals you know and love, and ones you have yet to discover. Enjoy scary songs from your favorite villains, funny songs sure to make you giggle, and songs chosen by special guests, all right here on Box Office. Grab your favorite snack, a blanket, and step up to the box office every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 88.1 The Park.
Your place for Plymouth Canton Community Schools updates.
It's campus news.
Congratulations to the talented students and staff of the Plymouth Canton Marching Band, which advanced to the semifinals of the Bands of America Grand National Championships in Indianapolis this past Friday and Saturday. The PCMB was one of 2 Michigan schools to make it into semifinals this year, continuing a decades-long tradition of excellence. The band is one of 2 schools in the country who have never missed making it into semifinals since the creation of Bands of America in 1975. The Park Player Theaters Company will present A Comedy of Tenors November 17th and 18th at 7 p.m. in the Gloria Logan Auditorium at Salem High School. You can find more information at pcepparkplayers.com. Join the P-CCS Student and Family Engagement Department tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the Penn Theater as Adam Arnold of New Hope Center for Grief Support presents Walking with Grief. Arnold will break some of the myths surrounding grief and loss and will provide insights and tools that can help. For Campus News, I'm Jaya. Your look at sports is next.
The K-pop universe is constantly changing with trendy comebacks and updates from all your favorite idols.
On 88.1 The Park's K-Poppin', you can hear the iconic throwbacks that paved the way for the newest songs from every genre.
We're your hosts, Anuya, Avni,
Akshaya Priya,
and Chan, and we're here to keep you in the loop with K-Poppin', the gateway to the extraordinary world of K-pop.
Whether you're a longtime fan or just starting your journey, we'll play the hits that have made the industry a worldwide sensation.
Join us every week with news updates and artist spotlights on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m.
So tune in, turn it up,
and let K-Poppin' show you the beats that are taking over the world.
Football, baseball, basketball, hockey.
It's time for Newsfile at 5:30 Sports. The Lions escaped Los Angeles with a victory thanks to a game-winning field goal. Riley Patterson nailed a 41-yarder to give Detroit a 41-38 win over the Chargers in Inglewood. Jared Goff threw for 333 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Amon-Ra St. Brown exploded for 156 receiving yards and a score. David Montgomery ran for 116 yards and a touchdown, and Jahmyr Gibbs had a pair of scores. Detroit has won back-to-back games and is first in the NFC North at 7-2. The Lions host the Bears this Sunday. The Pistons' losing streak stretched to 8 straight after a 119-108 setback to the Bulls in Chicago. Kevin Knox netted 18 points off the bench to lead Detroit, which slipped to 2-9 overall. The Pistons return home to host the Atlanta Hawks tomorrow. The Red Wings are headed to Sweden for a pair of games later this week. The Wings will face Ottawa in Stockholm on Thursday before taking on Toronto on Friday. Detroit sits at 8-5-2 on the season, following Saturday's 5-4 home win over Columbus. 4th-ranked Michigan State men's basketball will clash with 3rd-ranked Duke tomorrow in Chicago. The game is part of the State Farm Champions Classic. Both teams enter the tilt at 1-1 after upset losses last week. Michigan men's basketball is in the Big Apple to battle St. John's tonight at Madison Square Garden. The Wolverines are 2-0 on the young season following wins over UNC Asheville and Youngstown State last week. In other news, 2024 5-star power forward Kanai Ruths has committed to Michigan. For Newsfile 5:30, I'm Leo. Traffic and weather is next.
From M14 to I-94. Your look at traffic starts now.
Long-term construction projects continue to slow down our afternoon drive. I-275 northbound and southbound are still down to 2 lanes, but motorists should be aware that traffic has now been shifted to the rebuilt side of the freeway. Traffic is also delayed on the M14 eastbound and I-96 westbound. That's all for traffic. Your look at weather is next.
88.1 The Park with your local weather forecast.
We'll have a clear, cold night tonight with a low of 32. Tomorrow will be sunny and chilly with a high of 55. Right now in Plymouth, Canton, it's 53 degrees under cloudy skies. On your source for the best local news, 88.1 The Park. For Leo and Jaya, I'm Sydney on Newsfile at 5:30. Stick around. Box Office is next, followed by Plymouth and Canton's hit music.